Welcome to the show, everybody. We're about to dive into a topic that's as ugly as it is captivating: sports scandals. These ain't your everyday blunders, folks. We're talking about moments that shook the sports world to its core. Moments that left fans speechless and questioning everything they thought they knew. From rigged games to shocking betrayals and PED use that would make your head spin. We're counting down the 10 craziest sports scandals of all time. These stories are filled with drama, intrigue, and enough twists and turns to rival a Hollywood blockbuster. So buckle up and get ready for some serious jaw-dropping moments as we expose the dark underbelly of the games we love. You won't believe some of the things these athletes, coaches, and organizations were willing to do in the name of victory, money, or just plain old-fashioned greed. Let's get right to it. The year was 1919. The Chicago White Sox, one of the most dominant teams in baseball, were facing off against the Cincinnati Reds in the World Series. Nobody expected what happened next. 8 White Sox players, including shoeless Joe Jackson, were accused of throwing the series, intentionally losing games in exchange for money from gamblers. Can you imagine that? Intentionally losing the World Series. The players were acquitted in court, but Major League Baseball, in its infinite wisdom, banned them for life. The Black Sox scandal, as it came to be known, sent shockwaves through the nation, leaving an indelible stain on the sport and raising questions about the integrity of the game we love. Lance Armstrong, the man who seemingly conquered cancer and went on to win 7 consecutive Tour de France titles, was a global icon, an inspiration to millions. But behind the inspiring story lay a dark secret. Armstrong, as we all found out later, was at the center of a massive doping scandal that rocked the cycling world. After years of denials, Armstrong finally came clean in 2013, admitting to using performance-enhancing drugs throughout his career. The revelation sent shockwaves through the sporting world, tarnishing his legacy and raising questions about the prevalence of doping in cycling. It was a stunning fall from grace for a man who was once considered a hero. The 1986 World Cup in Mexico was the stage for one of the most controversial goals in soccer history. Argentina's star player Diego Maradona scored a goal against England that would forever be etched in World Cup lore. The problem? He used his hand. Maradona famously called it the hand of God, claiming divine intervention. England cried foul, but the goal stood. Argentina went on to win the World Cup, and Maradona, despite the controversy, became a legend. It was a moment of pure audacity and cunning, one that sparked outrage and admiration in equal measure. Chapter 4. Balco, the scandal that rocked American sports. The Bay Area Laboratory Cooperative, or Balco, became synonymous with doping in the early 2000s. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill steroid operation, folks. This was a sophisticated lab producing designer drugs that were difficult to detect. Athletes from across multiple sports, including baseball stars like Barry Bonds and Jason Giambi, were implicated in the scandal. The Balco scandal exposed the dark side of sports, highlighting the lengths some athletes would go to gain a competitive edge. Chapter 5. FIFA, a legacy marred by corruption. FIFA, the governing body of international soccer, is supposed to represent the best of the beautiful game, but for years, whispers of corruption and bribery plagued the organization. In 2015, those whispers turned into a deafening roar. The US Department of Justice launched a massive investigation, indicting numerous high-ranking FIFA officials on charges of racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering. The scandal rocked FIFA to its core, exposing a culture of greed and corruption at the highest levels of the sport. Chapter 6. Tonya and Nancy, a rivalry gone wrong. The world of figure skating was turned upside down in 1994 when Nancy Kerrigan, a darling of American figure skating, was attacked after a practice session. The assailant, an associate of rival skater Tonya Harding's ex-husband. The scandal shocked the world, turning the Harding-Kerrigan rivalry into a media frenzy. Harding's ex-husband and her bodyguard were eventually implicated in the attack. Harding denied involvement but pleaded guilty to hindering the prosecution. It was a bizarre and tragic story of jealousy, ambition, and a rivalry taken to criminal lengths. Chapter 7. The Mitchell Report, Baseball's Reckoning. The Mitchell Report, released in 2007, was a stark reminder of the pervasive use of performance-enhancing drugs in Major League Baseball. The report, commissioned by then MLB Commissioner Bud Selig, named over 80 players who were alleged to have used steroids or other PEDs. Big names like Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds were implicated, and the report led to suspensions, congressional hearings, and a reckoning for the sport. It was a dark chapter in baseball history, but one that hopefully led to a cleaner game in the long run. Chapter 8: Calciopoli, Italian football rocked by match fixing. In 2006, Italian football was rocked by a match-fixing scandal that sent shockwaves through the sport. Calciopoli, as it was known, involved some of Italy's biggest clubs, including Juventus, AC Milan, and Fiorentina. The scandal involved allegations of match-fixing, referee manipulation, and illegal betting. Juventus, one of Italy's most successful clubs, was stripped of 2 league titles and relegated to Serie B. Calciopoli was a major blow to Italian football, tarnishing the reputation of the sport and raising questions about the integrity of the game. Chapter 9: Tim Donaghy, the NBA's worst nightmare. The NBA prides itself on its integrity, but that image was tarnished in 2007 when referee Tim Donaghy pleaded guilty to federal charges related to betting on NBA games, including games he officiated. Donaghy's actions sent shockwaves through the league, raising questions about the integrity of the game and the potential for corruption within the officiating ranks. The NBA acted swiftly, implementing new rules and procedures to prevent future scandals. Chapter 10: Russia's doping machine, a state-sponsored scandal. The 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, was supposed to be a showcase for Russian athletes. Instead, they became the epicenter of a state-sponsored doping scandal that rocked the Olympic world. Russia was accused of running a vast and sophisticated doping program, covering up positive tests and providing athletes with performance-enhancing drugs. The scandal led to numerous Russian athletes being stripped of their medals, and Russia being banned from competing under its own flag in several international competitions. It was a shocking revelation that cast a long shadow over international sports. And there you have it, folks, the 10 craziest sports scandals of all time. These stories are a stark reminder that the world of sports, for all its glory and excitement, is not immune to the darker side of human nature. These scandals have left an indelible mark on the world of sports, reminding us that even the greatest athletes and organizations are not immune to controversy. They've tested our faith in the games we love and forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about cheating, greed, and the relentless pursuit of victory at all costs. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more intriguing sports stories. Until next time, keep it real and keep it 100.